Relief is on the way to Texas farmers and ranchers, and they have not been getting the water deliveries from Mexico as part of a decades-old treaty. Now, the State Department of Ag and USDA have teamed up, offering $280 million in grant assistance for producers with water rights along the Rio Grande River. Now, Texas Commissioner of Agriculture Sid Miller joins us now with an update. Thank you so much for joining us, Commissioner. Let's start with some background on this treaty with Mexico. So why are they failing to deliver water, and how is it impacting farmers there?
Well, we've lost our sugarcane industry. We didn't have enough water to grow the sugarcane, so our processing plant, last one, shut down. We pushed out several thousand acres of citrus, no water. That's where we grow our vegetables, 4 or 5, sometimes 6 crops. They had enough water to grow one, so those farmers are going out of business. So this is critical. So I applaud the Trump administration, Brooke Rawlings, USDA. They're going to take care of those farmers. Donald Trump loves American farmers, especially the family farmers, and that's what these guys are, 95% of them. We're going to help them stay in business. I had a meeting about a month ago in the West Wing, Sid Miller, others, let them know about this water treaty. They didn't know about it. They said they would fix it. So just recently, Donald Trump said, we have a treaty on the Colorado River, too, but we're not giving you any water until you pay up. So the very next day, President Sheinbaum said, we're going to pay that water debt. And she sent, a letter to Trump. I haven't seen the details, but it looks like they're finally going to pay up on that. But in the meantime, we're going to get this $280 million out to those Rio Grande Valley farmers and make sure they, can see another day and farm another crop.
I was going to say, let's talk about that. What all will this do for farmers, and what do they need to know to get that assistance?
Well, keep the bank from foreclosing on them. I mean, it's, they've got to have some kind of income to operate. And without planting a crop, no income. And it's a trickle effect. 1 in 5 jobs in the Rio Grande Valley is somehow tied to agriculture. It's a big production area of our state.
And also, I know that last month the State Department rejected a request from Mexico for an emergency deliver from the Colorado River. And Trump is now threatening Mexico with tariffs and possibly sanctions. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I applaud the Trump administration for doing that. We tried to get the Biden administration to, get involved. They refused to help us. I even put out an executive order allowing the farmers along the Rio Grande to use the excess water out of the Rio Grande that Mexico, had released into the river below the dam. We have two lakes on that river. Falcon and Amistad. Falcon is at 12% and Amistad's at 20 or less. So they're basically mud holes. So it's not just farmers out of water. It's all the cities up and down the Rio Grande, too.
Let's talk about what a permanent solution would be. What would you like to see happen going forward?
Well, this could all be solved if Mexico just release our water. We have aerial photographs. They've got the water. They say they don't. They've been in a drought. They've had normal rainfall in that area for the last 5 years. So I don't believe that. I think that's incorrect. They want the water for their own farmers, for their own recreation, and no one's ever made them pay up. At least our federal government the last 4 years hasn't. Last time they paid up was in 2020 when Trump was in office or just left office. So we got a new sheriff back in town. Things are going to change. Our farmers are going to get some water. Our city's going to get water that is owed us. So it's going to make for a better neighbor, I promise.
Absolutely. Got to be accountable there. Hey, before we let you go, we've heard word of a dispute between a Texas beekeeper and her local electric co-op, where the beekeeper accused the co-op of spraying herbicides to manage land near the electric lines and ultimately killing her bees. I know you've been somewhat involved in that dispute. Any updates there?
Well, what she needed to do is file a complaint with us and so we could come out and take samples. I think she's going ahead and filing those complaints, but the incident is so far gone now, there's really nothing to test. So if you ever have a problem where you think you have spray drift or herbicide, pesticide damage, contact us. We'll immediately send an inspector out, test the premises, and find out what the problem is and where it's from, and we'll get it fixed, in record time. Normally, we can really turn that around pretty quick.
That's good information. That's Texas Commissioner of Agriculture Sid Miller. We appreciate your time today and that update.